Hi there, I'm Headley, another fat bearded man talking about records. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so it's good to be back. I've been in hibernation. Anyway, the reason I'm coming out of hibernation is to do a response video to my mate John, the 6inchpianist319, who last week did a video about three blue-eyed soul female sort of southern soul Muscle Shoalsy singers, and he showed of course Dusty in Memphis, Dusty Springfield. He also showed 3614 Jackson Highway, which is a Cher album. Now this is my copy of it. This is from the original was from 69. This is from 74, and it's a German pressing. I can't afford, you know, John's got all the money, I can't afford. I have to get the German pressings with the crap covers. And then the third one he showed was Lulu, New Roots. So like the Dusty in Memphis, this is produced by Jerry Wexler, Tom Dowd and Arif Mardin. And this is recorded in Muscle Shoals. So I thought I would add to this and do a sort of an answer. Because this is a video I've been meaning to do for ages, actually, because I have a kind of a penchant for this type of this niche genre of blue-eyed soul female sort of southern soul country-esque singers. So anyway, so those are the three that John showed. Now I want to show this one as my first one. This is Lulu's follow-up album, Melody Fair. So this was recorded 6 months after New Roots, and it's produced by Jerry Wexler, Tom Dowd and Arif Mardin. But unlike the previous one was at Muscle Shoals, they've decamped to Miami, and they're recording. Now Wikipedia gets it wrong. Wikipedia says it has the same bunch of session players. It doesn't. That's a lie. This actually has the rhythm section of the Dixie Flyers, consisting of Jim Dickinson and what have you got? Mike Utley, Tom McClure. So it is a different band, but it's still got that soulful, funky Southern soul sound to it. So it's as equally as good as New Roots. So they're much of a muchness, the two of them. Really good. And Lulu, and as John said, Lulu has a great voice for this type of music. So I'll do you a little bit of a needle drop of a track from this.
Don't worry about your troubles, 'cause I'm the girl to see. For every kind of problem, I got a remedy. Follow my directions, they're not hard to understand. Take the solution, baby, I got for you on hand. Come on and move to my rhythm, moving on home, moving home. Move to the soul, yeah. Hang on to that rhythm, don't let go, don't let go. You need it for the next time when it comes. Here it comes. I may not be good looking, and my clothes are not so fine, but all the fellas love me, 'cause they say I take...
Okay, so that was Move to My Rhythm by Lulu. So the next one I want to show, that was a kind of, John showed three, I was going to show three, but I thought I'd add a bonus one of that Lulu. So here is my real three. So the first one, record's falling all over the place, balancing, no, that's going to fall, there we go. So this is Sandra Rhodes, Where's Your Love Been? This is from 1972, this is on Fantasy. Now, Sandra Rhodes came from a sort of family of musicians. Her father, who was known as Dusty Rhodes, there is another famous Dusty Rhodes, isn't there, a rock band? Tell me below. So anyway, they were in a band called, I've written this down because I couldn't remember it, Slim Rhodes and His Mountaineers, which did record for Sun Records and had a TV show called The Rhodes, or no, the Rhodes Show. and that ran for nearly 30 years. Anyway, Sandra and her sister Donna teamed up, and they recorded as the Rhodes Sisters, and recorded an album. But this was the only album that Sandra Rhodes recorded on her own, and it is a wonderful, wonderful record. It's a kind of a mixture of country and southern soul. The first half of it, the A-side, is mostly a kind of a soulful country, but the second side is far more funky. The horns come in, and the country is kind of ebbs out a bit. But yeah, there's so many good tunes on this. In fact, one of the tunes, what was it? Well, I think it's called "Where's Your Love Been," which was actually on one of the country funk compilations. But there's a brilliant tune on here called "Show Is Raining," and I'll give you a needle drop of that. So that's Sandra Rhodes.
Looking out my window at the sunshine, but it sure is raining. See the children playing on the chalk line, but it sure is raining. The life that he created became so complicated, he just couldn't make me feel at home. Wish I could have waited, but I love the things he hated, so I found a world of my own.
Okay, so next up, now this is someone that you're probably familiar with, but you might not think that she would fall into this category, and that is Rita Coolidge. I nearly forgot her name. Rita Coolidge. So this is, I think this is her first album, and when she started out, she started out and was kind of discovered by Bonnie Bramlett and Delaney, Bramlett and Delaney, Delaney and Bramlett, Bonnie and anyway, you know them. And she sort of joined up with that group, and she did all kinds of session work, singing with all kinds of people. Delaney and Bonnie, obviously. Eric Clapton. In fact, Eric Clapton owes her a writing credit for the coda to Layla. Go and check it out. There's a tune that she wrote that's completely nicked. Anyway, with Jim Gordon, both of them. So anyway, so yeah, back to the thing. So this is her first album. I would say Rita Coolidge's first 3 albums are great if you like that kind of southern soul with a bit of country and a bit of rock thrown in, a bit of gospel. And this is her first. The Lady's Not For Sale, which is her second one, is also great. But yeah, you've got all the people like Mike Utley, Tommy McClure, who played on the Lulu album. So it's a very similar thing. So how about a track from this?
If you were mine, never let you leave me. If you were mine, oh, I never let you go. 'Cause you are just what I've always wanted. And I think, oh, that you ought to know. From the moment I first saw you, oh baby, you went straight to my brain. In my heart I've got a feeling that I never could explain.
Okay, so that was Rita Coolidge from 1971 from her album Nice Feeling. Yeah, pick up her first 3 albums. They are great. Okay, so the third one, or it's technically the fourth one I'm going to show, is Rita Coolidge's elder sister, and this is Priscilla Coolidge. This was released in 1970, I think. I didn't do the check. Don't think it tells me on there. Let's just say 1970. And this was recorded, produced with her husband, Booker T. Jones. After this, their albums are credited to both of them. So they did about 3 albums credited to both of them. But this is their first one, or at least the first one from Priscilla. And it's called Gypsy Queen. And it's got some great rocking soul funkiness on it. It's got an interesting group actually, because it's not the same sort of Muscle Shoals kind of group that are on the previous Stums or the Dixie Flyers, but you do get Jim Gordon, who I mentioned earlier. Chris Etheridge from the Flying Burrito Brothers plays bass on this. Yes, Joel Scott Hill, who was from Canned Heat for a bit, and then eventually the Flying Burrito Brothers as well. So they were working for A&M as session players, so that's why they're on here. Yeah, so there's some great tunes on here. Like I said, it's kind of some of them are quite rocking, some of them are more soulful, some of them are more laid back. But the first track on here, On the Road, is great. So I'm going to leave you with that one. So this is Priscilla with On the Road. So thanks, John, for suggesting this. I'm glad I got my arse in gear and did it. Bye-bye for now. Hi there, I'm Headley, another fat bearded man. Shut up, cat. Oi. Shh. As I was saying, I'm Headley, another fat bearded man. That's just not on. Trying to do it 6 months since I've done a video, you know. 6 months. Yeah, yeah, I know. Right, I'm gonna try. What do you want? Right, okay. I think he's gone. Hello. Sorry about that. I'm Headley, another fat bearded man talking about records, and as I said...